Alright, so now what we're going over today is functions and how functions can be used in VBA. So functions in particular, they can be used in VBA and Excel. And generally functions have one output. Sometimes they could have 0, and sometimes you can work with the byref arguments to change multiple things. But they can have 0 inputs to many different inputs or just one input, and then you have this function here that does something to these inputs with one final output. Now, functions, they can be specified to return a data type, and they're declared in the following syntax. So you start with the function keyword, you put in whatever function name you want, you can put in output or inputs here, however many you want to put, and then you say as function data type. And this as function data type, it's not necessary, but it's highly recommended. So it would assume a variant data type if you don't say as function data type in the end here. So it's good just for program flow to keep good practices. And we're going to be going through this example down here in Excel / VBA. So the way that we're going to write this function, we start off with the function keyword, and we're going to call it the add2. And let's put x in there, and x will be an integer. And we're going to say the output, so whatever this function output is going to be an integer. So the way that we actually decide how to return a value to the function is that we use the add2, the function name here, and we assign it whatever value we want. So let's make it add2's value is going to be x plus 2. Now going into Excel, we can try this out. Add2, you can see now it pops up, and let's put the number 5 in there. Voila, 7. Now we can also put in references for add2. So let's put add2 here, D2, 66, and we can and whenever we change this, it now works with Excel that way. So you can see it's automatically updating. Now let's go over here and change things up a little bit. So for example, let's say for some reason we want add2 to always return the number 7. So now you can see as I refresh this, no matter what I put in here, even though it has a cell reference, it's going to be 7. But that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So let's change it back, and let's actually add another argument here. And to do that, you put a comma in there, and let's say y as integer. And let's say now it's going to take 2 arguments, and now it's going to add 2 numbers together, and it's going to be x plus y. There, and put that in there, and voila. There's a simple example, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So the way we can also work with this is through VBA. So let's say we want to write a sub procedure, my awesome sub procedure. We can still use this function, and let's just do a message box real quick. Add2 8 and 10. So 8 plus 10 is 18. Voila, 18. So this is pretty convenient that we can use it both in sub procedures and actually in Excel. Very important skill to learn. This is one of the major foundational things that you need to learn besides like what sub procedures are. So until next time.